So he had this bleed, and we were basically waiting for this. It was like a time bomb. So about 3 months later, I was there with him, and the doctor told me that the cancer had spread into his eye, and they were growing rapidly, and we needed to choose whether it was removing his eye, which happens to a lot of kids with this type of cancer. Very often it happens, or to have him undergo radiation.
And the doctor had said it's a 50-50.
50-50.
He could only say 50-50 whether there was a chance of success or not.
He had active cancer in both eyes. So we were really trying to make sure that he ended up with vision while making sure that we were first saving his life. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a really horrendous set of factors trying to balance with our decision making. When we found out that was going to start happening, we had been a year into everything. All of our reserves were completely gone. And we were really at a point where we had a lot of bills and we're having a lot of choices to make about where to spend our money. And we were put in contact with the Northern Lights Foundation at that time. And it was really a godsend that they came into our lives at that moment, because we really needed it.
I'm Michael Larson, and I'm the founder and president of the Twin Cities branch of the Northern Lights Foundation. I, like many others, have been personally affected by a close friend or family member who has been touched by cancer or another life-threatening illness.
One thing about the Northern Lights Foundation grant that was really amazing to us was it covered these things that are not, for us, were really extreme travel expenses. And we had these medical expenses when insurance typically just doesn't cover anything, meals or travel or hotel rooms. And for us, that was huge on top of the medical bills.
The mission of the Northern Lights Foundation is to grant wishes and distribute funds that address the needs and wishes of Northland children and their families with life-threatening conditions.
These were local people that they hand-delivered the check to us, and we got to know how kind-hearted and sweet and really genuine these folks are on the board. The fact that they pay for stamps out of their own pockets and do all of this stuff to make sure that all of the money goes towards the kids.
Every family that we give a grant to is always incredibly grateful. Not only are they emotionally stressed, but they're financially stressed, and being able to give them a monetary grant that they can use at their discretion, whether it's for hospital bills or groceries, is just a huge weight off their shoulders.
The fact that they made it easy for us to get this money to help pay the bills, I think they for some reason they appreciate or they understand what we're going through. And again, maybe it's from past experience or whatever, but they've just got a big heart, and they made it easy for us to do that.
With no strings attached.
No strings attached. And that was, to me, that was a great thing. We didn't want to have to jump through a lot of hoops, fill out a lot of forms, trying to handle this.
By raising money and holding events for the Northern Lights Foundation, we could get not only the community involved, but we could also help a bunch of families in the area.
So it really drives my team and I is that we're volunteering and we're really helping serve the community.
Children and family is really the first initial reaction. There's a lot of relief. There's also a lot of gratitude. They're very thankful.
When we received the funds for Northern Lights Foundation, I'm sure it wasn't a day before I had written out checks to the credit card companies and gone to the grocery store and filled up the gas tank. I mean, because we could do it that quickly and have that relief immediately.
Since the Northern Lights Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, all the money that is donated and raised goes directly to all of the families that we're giving grants to.
Since we've started, we've raised nearly $250,000 and helped over 100 families.
We came back a month later and Dr. Abramson told us that it worked and all the cancer was dead and we had managed to save his eye.
Families will find out about the Northern Lights Foundation through their connections in local hospitals and through their social workers. They will direct the family to us, where they will have a letter from the physician and from the social worker, and that's how we get the application process started.
Overall, he's amazing. He reads like a fiend. He just loves reading, and he plays ball and just does everything, skis, everything. So we have a very happy ending.
The best way to donate would be to visit our Facebook page, Northern Lights Foundation Twin Cities, and there you will find information to our website, northernlightsfoundation.org, and you can visit that website. Or you will find our P.O. Box also on our Facebook page, or you can just private message us on Facebook, any of those three ways, and we'll make sure to contact you.